All right, today we're going to cover a really fun deck that I tried to make videos on back when the cards came out, but really couldn't find something that worked in the current meta. Now things have kind of changed a little bit, and it's a little bit more creature based, a little bit more combo based, and things like hand hate and any combo deck of any sort is really a viable strategy in order to be able to win a game. So today we're going to bring back the Sedgemoor combo. This is something that people used to play way back in the day when we were still figuring out what to do with Tendrils of Agony. We would play Sedgemoor Witch in combination with the recently printed Beseech the Mirror. Right when this came out, people were trying to break this in all sorts of ways, and this was just one that was attempted. And the combo here basically is that a Sedgemoor Witch, when on the battlefield, is going to be able to generate the tokens to chain Beseech the Mirrors. So if you have Sedgemoor Witch and you've cast one spell such that you're able to have one of these little tokens, or you have anything to sacrifice to Beseech the Mirror, the first Beseech the Mirror triggers Sedgemoor Witch, makes a token, which then means that Beseech the Mirror can go find a Beseech the Mirror, which can go find another Beseech the Mirror, and then a fourth one. And then you're basically able to get a Tendrils in Storm 5 for essentially free. And so this deck is basically just trying to make sure that you deal around 10 damage to your opponent, and then finish them off with a Beseech the Mirror thing. Now, other decks would also run, in addition to Beseech the Mirror, the 4-mana Mizzix's Mastery, which basically allowed you to have a 20 damage drain right off the bat. And that was a deck that did well in some situations. But I felt that when you weren't comboing, it was a little bit hard. Those draws were really dead when you got them. And anytime you drew one of your 8 combo pieces, it made your combo a little bit worse. So we're kind of including this Beseech the Mirror thing as just kind of like a side plan, and otherwise we're going to just be working with a lot of these Aristocrat and Sedgemoor Witch type effects, things from the Strixhaven set that are going to be making those Pest creature tokens. Speaking of Pests, we also have Pest Summoning here, one of the other cards that came out in the same set. We also have some coming out of the sideboard with the Learn mechanic. Pest Summoning, pretty decent card here. Just gives us some bodies that can fuel Sedgemoor Witch. We run Diabolic Intent as well, in addition to Plumb the Forbidden for value. So a lot of good things happening there. Now, once we build the board with Pest Summoning, Sedgemoor Witch, and things like that, we also run Eye Twitch and Unearth to get things back. We can play things like Meathook Massacre that help soften up our opponent and get them ready for our Beseech the Mirror kill. Meathook Massacre gives all creatures -X/-X. You just pay that +2 black. And when creatures that you control dies, your opponent loses life, which with a lot of these pest tokens is actually going to be really draining, because those themselves help you gain some life and help you stay alive against aggro. And when you kill your opponent's stuff, like against mono red, you also heal for that, which is great. So between the Pests and Meathook Massacre, you can handle mono red kind of decently, honestly. And then really it just comes down to being able to combo them out after dealing a little bit of incidental damage. Now, in addition to this, we also happen to be a Bolas's Citadel deck. We can tutor that through Diabolic Intent, Demonic Tutor, Beseech the Mirror. You may forget, but Beseech the Mirror can just search for any card. It's really the 4 or less mana requirement is just for if you're bargaining and want to cast it. So, we can find our Bolas's Citadel through a number of ways. Dark Ritual can help us expedite that process. And we can get a Bolas's Citadel out, and then that's pretty nice as well. We can pretty much do all these things. We can go for Weather the Storm, kind of set up more Bolas's Citadel activations, and then we can go for the Tendrils of Agony through that avenue as well. So that's pretty nice. We have multiple ways to get to Tendrils of Agony, and the other cool thing is that Bolas's Citadel also is going to help us drain our opponent out, because if we have our Pests and we're generating them through Sedgemoor Witch as we combo with Bolas's Citadel, eventually we are going to find a Meathook Massacre. We'll be able to draw it, and we'll be able to either wipe the board, or if it's already on the battlefield and we're doing our Bolas's Citadel thing, when we have our big board of Pests through Sedgemoor Witch, we can sacrifice them using the Bolas's Citadel ability. That will gain us life through Pests abilities going off. It will basically Bolas's Citadel already is going to drain our opponent for 10 for its activated ability. And then the Meathook Massacre, seeing 10 creatures go to the graveyard, is also going to hit for another 10. So we have an avenue to kill that way. This is a really, really cool combo deck. It's really nice to see Bolas's Citadel in Timeless. and I'm excited to show this one to you guys today. We are super heavily hedged against aggro. We have Meathook Massacre, as I mentioned earlier. We have Toxic Deluge as well. And then we're just a deck that, you know, puts small creatures on the battlefield that are intended to die at some point in order to set us up for a later game. Yeah, this is the Sedgemoor combo. We have Eye Twitch here in order to get some learning out. We can find Environmental Sciences for ramp, Necrotic Fumes for removal in case our opponent is on like some reanimation or they're cheating something big into play. Inkling Summoning, another pretty decent one, just gives us some creatures. And then Pest Summoning, like I mentioned, is another way to get some board presence. And I think that's finally it. We have Bojuka Bog, Lochthwain, Phyrexian Tower to summon or make sure that the pests can be used for mana ramp as well. A lot of cool things are happening in this deck. So hopefully we'll be able to get to see Tendrils come out through either avenue. Hopefully we'll be able to get a Bolus's activation, and maybe Meathook Massacre can actually be a relevant card in a deck I play for once. Alright, with that being said, I think we're ready to move on to some games. Make sure to like and comment on the video. Subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll see you guys in round 1. Okay, here we go. Plum the Forbidden, Meathook Massacre, Eye Twitch, Weather the Storm. It's very slow. That is for sure. But it does have some Surveil. We could eventually get there. I could be bold and go for a mulligan, and for content, let's just give it a try and see what happens. I do like a Sedgemoor Witch, I do like a Toxic Deluge. We have other ways of getting Pest Summoning, but with 4 lands, I think we're probably okay to just maybe drop the Bojuka Bog and keep these other decent lands. We'll go Verdant Catacombs and try to Surveil. Stitcher Supplier, alright. Catacombs. There is our Mortuary. Surveil 1. Another Toxic Deluge, I don't think we need multiple. This 1 in hand. Okay, so this is Reanimator, not Dredge. Okay, that's good to know. We are maybe less happy to see a Toxic Deluge then. So I'm happy I've been the one that I had. Grief here. Let's see what they decide to take. They might recognize Sedgemoor as a combo piece. They might recognize that Toxic Deluge is annoying for them, especially if Grief is trying to be scammed here. They will take the Witch. We do have Unearth to get it back, so that is nice. We're looking to go probably tapped here. I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just playing an Eye Twitch anyway. We can eat it with Phyrexian Tower at any point, but not this turn. All right. Looking like a whole lot of nothing so far. I think I don't want to give them the Surveil or the Mills. We don't need to have a high life total in order to do what we want to do. Each player sacks a non-token creature. Sure. Curse Marauder, you got it. Alright, so both of us are getting something out of this. Now, is there going to be something that I want to exile? We do need targeted removal here. Another Grief is awkward. I think Environmental Sciences for ramp is not bad. I'm going to hold Necrotic Fumes here and just kind of make them a little bit wary of putting a big creature into play. Plum the Forbidden, pretty decent. Let's do this. Let's go Pest Summoning to start. That's a trade for their creature currently, and Plum the Forbidden is now pretty decent. We want to hold that one up, ideally. Dark Writ, what are we going for on 4 mana? Shieldred or One Ring, I'd say. Ooh, Hardcast Grief here. Let's see if they take my Plum. That represents more cards. But then at the same time, we can just Toxic Deluge, and then it's all good. Okay, that's fine. I might be in a position to Toxic Deluge here. We'll see what the next turn is. So I think I will keep my life total high. Like, worst comes to worst, Toxic Deluge this turn takes out Grief and my other creature. Gain a life, sure. The worst thing that could happen is this being the one Undying spell or something like that. For that reason, Necrotic Fumes could be good. If they shock or something for untapped black here. Okay, so now we know that Toxic Deluge is on the map. Effectively, it doesn't cost us very much because we will gain a life here. Sedgemoor Witch, also a very good follow-up. I will still need one more... actually, you know what? I can go Sedgemoor now, and if I draw Beseech, we actually could be good. We actually could be good. Okay, we'll give it a try here. If they want to kill Sedgemoor, which it does cost them Ward, which puts them a little bit dangerously close to my 10 damage, Beseech the Mirror Line to Tendrils. They get 2 cards. Was one of them removal? They're shocking. Another Grief from hand is not the end of the world. I'm fine to take 3 as well. So we'll go in. We're definitely not blocking. They're looking at Sedgemoor Witch. We're not blocking. They know it doesn't have first strike. Whatever. 3 damage is 3 damage. And alright. So Bojuka Bog here can eat their graveyard. I'm going to go for Necrotic Fumes first. Exile a creature I control. And we'll make another pest. Alright, no resistance there. If it's Bowmasters, this could potentially be an awkward trade for them. I wouldn't necessarily be very mad, and then I can Bojuka Bog their graveyard. So I will attack with everything. Okay, they just didn't have anything here. So we'll Bojuka Bog now. Eat that graveyard. Now Reanimate's off the table. That was a lot of cards to go to the graveyard right there. I think they're in top deck mode. Orcish Bowmasters, which we have seen one of so far, is a good thing to put in front of my Sedgemoor, which one it attacks. Eventually they're going to have it. I'm trying to get a read on what they're thinking right now. It could be possible that they've drawn a Grief. Yeah, I think they drew a Grief and they're trying to decide whether or not this Toxic Deluge was worth it or not. I am of the opinion that I don't think it is. Now we have Eye Twitch here to block. We can go in like this. Menace means that they can't block me. Our clock is the same as theirs, except we have 2 blockers for their Grief. And when my blockers die, I do get something. So this is a perfect trade. With Eye Twitch, I might be getting removal again. I could also go for land. I could also go for more creatures. We're making this block. They might have Fatal Push. You know what? Actually, I don't think I'm making this block because I will not have something to block with. Okay, so they are sitting around here, not doing much. I am excited to put them to a 2-turn clock. I think I could be convinced to go all in. This attack is all right. If they go Bowmasters, they'd block with a token. It'd suck. I'd kill 2 things. The Eye Twitch would still be alive. Maybe it would die to a ping. We would get something. We'd be able to exile the Pest. Okay, I think no matter how this shakes out, I'm not feeling too bad. And maybe we just get in for 4 damage. All right. We're holding Overgrown Tomb in hand here in case they try to Grief or Thoughtseize me. But now they're looking like they're in trouble. We have them up against the wall. we've seen 2 copies of Toxic Deluge. That is the wrong board wipe that we want right now. Opponent goes to combat. Will they hit me for 3? I mean, my attack has been more or less unblockable here. Do they have another creature in hand? Hard to say. I hope that they just haven't drawn anything. If they had Fatal Push, they'd use it. I'm really at a loss for what these cards could be. Like, they haven't played lands, so they're not those. They also could have alt F4'd, who knows. We see them going to rope here. It could be that they are just gone. If that's the case, then I guess I'll mute here. Y'all can turn on your music or whatever else you do when I'm not talking, and we will watch this rope fade together. Okay, cool. They're a little bit more courteous than roping me out here. Thank you, opponent, for not being a terrible person. Good round 1. Can't really complain there. Let's move to round 2. Okay, here we go. Let's try to get another one in. This hand's got an early Bolsa Citadel here, but with 1 land and one that actually doesn't always produce black, we cannot keep it. 3-lander, that feels nice. Toxic Deluge, we're good against red. Pest Summoning, probably decent. Diabolic Intent might be better, though. That can sack our Eye Twitch. I think I'm going to get rid of the Pest Summoning. Now let me think about this and see if I regret it. Yeah, I'm down. If Eye Twitch gets removed, that's kind of just like an awkward kill for them. Yeah, I'm down. Alright, just Haywire Might here. That is bad against my Bolus's Citadel. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that thing. We see Snow-Covered Swamp specifically. I wonder if that's for style or for an actual effect. Deep Cavern Bat. We'll look at my hand here. Toxic Deluge might be the one getting the bin here. Actually be my tutor, sure. I'm down. I think I take that block. We will learn. Our learn will probably just be to ramp. Ooh, Bolsa Citadel. Now we're really interested in ramping. Let's play this tapped. Eye Twitch again. Just stick that in front of their Deep Cavern Bat. Don't give them free life for nothing. Maybe take a card out of their hand. Okay, nice. I assume that's just to get rid of the Marauder. Yeah. We get to learn here. They will get to attack in. Is it when it dies or when it leaves the battlefield? It is when it leaves the battlefield. So my next turn could be to Necrotic Fumes. But that's not super good. Maybe I just go for like Inkling Summoning. I'm going to go for Pest Summoning. I kind of like that better. I like the life gain. We can go Overgrown Tomb here on the next turn. We'll go like this. Pest Summoning, we'll just kind of sit these on the battlefield. See if they want to block at some point. Oh, it's an Insidious Roots deck. Okay. I do like a good Insidious Roots deck. So now we can go Overgrown Tomb. We can go Overgrown Tomb, Demonic Tutor for Dark Ritual, Environmental Sciences. Yeah, okay, I like this. So, Shock. Pay 2. We have to watch out for backup Boseiju. That is actually extremely important. Demonic Tutor now. This will find... Where is it? Dark Ritual. Alright. And let's attack in. Put them back down to 20. We'll be at 17 for our Citadel turn. And will they make a play here? They will not. I think I am interested. Diabolic Intent. That will not work. I'm trying to think if I can go for my Veil of Summer. Not going to happen. We'll go Dark Ritual. Go for Bolsa Citadel. If they got a second Boseiju, they have a second Boseiju. Hey, there's our Veil of Summer that we were talking about. Plumb the Forbidden, we'll get rid of 2 cards. Weather the Storm, I would actually much rather have that on the top of the library. We should be holding full control here. Yeah, fine. Opponent gets to go now. So we have, oh my god, full control is really broken on my new keyboard. All right. We will fix that at a later date. Decovering Bat goes in. We go to 12 here, but now we have a good thing set up here. So Meat Hook Massacre from hand. That'll be nice eventually. Plumb the Forbidden. Let's just pay 3 life for a card. And now I think we're going to be fine. So Lockthwain is good. Sedgemoor Witch is beautiful. And now we're ready to go. Boom, boom. Make our little guy. And then we'll have to just go for Storm and then cast Tendrils from hand here. So let's go Diabolic Intent. Sacrificing this. We will find a Beseech the Mirror. Actually, do we want to cast that from hand? We do not. We'll find Dark Ritual. Now Beseech the Mirror is on top, so we'll go Dark Ritual. And we will go Beseech the Mirror. We'll sacrifice this. Beseech. Castle Bargain, sacrifice this. I should have actually cast this Meat Hook Massacre first, whoops. I'd be gaining some incidental life this way. But I think we're going to be fine. So, Beseech the Mirror, Beseech the Mirror, Beseech the Mirror. I believe that was the last one. We're at 16 damage, 18 damage on our Tendrils. We will go for... I think Meat Hook Massacre is good. We'll also probably just go for Weather the Storm. What's on top of our library right now? It's a Plumb the Forbidden, but that actually isn't going to matter because we're in our library right now. Let's just get some life with Weather the Storm. Fine. Alright, there's a lot of Sedgemoor tokens, and now we actually get to do the fun Bolas' Citadel thing. Alright, so Bolas' Citadel, we'll target our opponent, sacrificing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10, submit 10. Each opponent loses 10 life. Oh, I sequenced that completely wrong. I was supposed to cast this first. Whoops. We'll cast this for x equals 0 and do it again. Let me show you how to do it right. Haters will say I messed up. I'll say I was just making sure that you guys understand the combo. Alright, so 11 Sedgemoor combos. And then in our upkeep we get to do the Bolas' Citadel thing, but it's not going to matter because we have Tendrils of Agony here. Actually, you know what? We'll go Toxic Deluge for 1. Kill in style. Alright, cool. So we're going to win with Meat Hook Massacre. That was really my end goal there with the combo. I'm sure that we'll be able to Tendrils eventually, but since it was in hand, I wanted to go a different way. So yeah, really, really good round right there. Let's hop into the next one. Alright, here we go. Opponent has Mulligan, and I think we want to as well. No creatures in this hand, and Beseech and Weather the Storm are really not for right now. Dark Ritual with Plumb the Forbidden and Meat Hook Massacre. We again don't have creatures. I think if my opponent mulligans this one, I will as well. But I'm probably okay just getting rid of a Plumb the Forbidden. So they will keep 6. I suppose I will also. Leyline of Sanctity. Uh-oh. I think we are in fact playing Omni Show. Well, that is probably something that's going to be hard to beat here. We will attempt it though and see what happens. Surveil 1. Eye Twitch. We might not really need creatures where we're going. But that does fuel Plumb the Forbidden, so okay, sure. I think I go Meat Hook Massacre for 0 and then just hope to drain my opponent out as quickly as possible. Alright, assemble the team. They're looking to build it. I mean, if it's show and tell and they just found their, or if it's show and tell in hand and they just found their land or combo piece, I mean, it is just over here. I need a second black to even play this, so that makes things a little awkward. Okay, I think I go Dark Ritual. Just sit a Meat Hook Massacre here for X equals 0. And then pop an Eye Twitch down. So this Toxic Deluge can take out a Shieldred, or not Shieldred, Atraxa. Okay, looks like they're playing another Assemble the Team here. Could be looking to have a protected win. I mean, they have all the time in the world right now. We are comparatively just dirtling around doing nothing. Island, sure. Tendrils in hand now. You hate to see it. And it actually doesn't matter because this needs to target, so it's all good. We go Eye Twitch. We're going to plumb the Forbidden on the end step since we played a land. Yeah, not looking great. Run upon a Wind. They're looking to take me out maybe this turn? No. We're going to get another opportunity here. I think I just plumbed the Forbidden. Draw card lose a life here. If we have green mana, now we can gain some life back. Unfortunately, these are all sorceries. Pest Summoning might need to be my move here in case I don't have creatures after this. Phyrexian Tower is now going to be a legend rule issue. We'll go Pest Summoning for now. Overgrown Tomb tapped. I mean, I think in all senses, we are going to die pretty soon. If we draw Bolas's Citadel, though, we do have an out, so that is something to think about. We have effectively 7 mana to work with. 6 for, so if I draw a land, yeah, I think even if I get, like, exactly Bolas's Citadel, it's going to be hard to make work. Or, like, even if I get exactly a tutor, rather. Show and tell. All I can do is put a Phyrexian Tower out in Legend Rule. I actually don't even want to do that. Opponent gets Omniscience down. Let's see the combo. I think this looks like stock Omni Show. Born Upon a Wind. Seek New Knowledge is not in the deck that I last showed on the channel, but it is really good. I did play Mono Blue Omni Show, and Seek New Knowledge was a really good card in that build. I think from this point out, my opponent should have me here. Wonder if they play Atraxa. I would assume that they do. And as soon as we see them go into the sideboard, we can probably rest assured that this one's over and move into round 4. Unfortunately, I have no instant speed Tendrils of Agony. That would be really nice, but until they print something gnarly like that, we're not going to be able to make it work. Let's see, we got Dig Through Time, Assemble the Team revealed. Surely they must have it soon. Maybe they're just digging to find, like, Veil of Summer or something. I mean, we really don't need to be doing that, do we? Tracks in for 2. Here we go. We are ever so slowly going to be able to drain, or be able to gain some of our life back. Corrosive Grip, nice. I like that. Take out my Meat Hook Massacre or Bolas's Citadel. And now we know that we actually don't have any outs. So, could go ahead and just... oh, they're actually grabbing Lorien Revealed instead. What is the combo here? Oh, no, yeah, that was second. That was Approach of the Second Sun ×2, I would assume. No, this is a different combo, possibly. Is this the one that kills with Revival Revenge? Now I'm wondering. No, just Approach of the Second Sun. Makes sense. Alright, I'm sure that there's probably some counter magic and interaction here that I'm not aware of, but it looks like they have their combo down to a T. That was Omni Show. Round 3 in the bag. Let's go to round 4. Alright, round 4. Let's go. The lands are tough in this one. We can get a Sedgemoor Witch out, but if we don't draw another land, this is looking dangerous. So I think I got a mulligan, although it doesn't feel great. This one would probably be a Weather the Storm. I kind of like this. We can find Sedgemoor Witch and then Dark Ritual into Beseech. Keep 6. There is a plan here. Do need to find that third land though. That is what makes this work. All right, here we go. That is a third land. And then we just get our Sedgemoor Witch. Blood Crypt makes me wary of Thoughtseize, but seeing Arid Mesa probably means Boros Energy. Who knows? That could be a red herring, though. An intentional thing. Oh, it's actually Jund. Never mind. Dark Writ is the Shieldred. Oh, it's Sneak Attack. Hello. Okay, well that's scary. Let's do this. Let's play a Sedgemoor Witch and hope that we can Beseech the Mirror next turn. If we get a land, actually, we can Beseech the Mirror for Bolas's Citadel as well, and then that sets up a turn. Alright, Saint Alendra is not the end of the world. She's bad, but it's not the end of the world. If we can gain enough life... Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I guess that isn't good. At least it's triggered abilities for Sedgemoor Witch, like that makes it okay. We have to discard half our hand now. Guess it has to be like this. No half our library, that doesn't feel great. Was Bolas's Citadel in that half? Surprisingly, no. Alright, well, we got something to do here. We'll be taking 8 next turn, plus likely more than that. Sedgemoor Witch will give us a blocker, which is huge. So let's Beseech the Mirror here. We'll sack the little guy. Alright, and let's continue doing this. Excuse me, Beseech the Mirror, there we go. And was that our last Beseech the Mirror? I believe it was. We don't have Tendrils, do we? But we do have a Weather the Storm, which will keep us alive. We'll be alive enough. But then it's awkward because now we actually just cannot cast Bolas's Citadel. I can Eye Twitch. Try to get something out of the sideboard. Yeah, we're not really equipped to deal with problem permanents like Sneak Attack. That is one of the downsides here. Bolas's Citadel would be a pass the turn play. We are likely to die. Are there Dark Rituals that we could possibly draw into? There are 2. We might just need to play to those outs. That goes the hand. Alright, we make a block on the 8/8, see how the Sneak Attack goes. Dark Writ. 6 mana. Sisters of the Undead. This is Olivia Crimson Bride. We are done, I believe. Saint Alendra, doing the thing. Make our 1/1 unable to block. That. Oh, actually, no, never mind. So we'll take 7. The question is, can Bolas's Citadel save us? Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. I didn't realize we only had 3 lands. Yeah, even with Dark Ritual, we can't get there. Okay, well, I think we're just going to end up caving to Sneak Attack here. Any way to get Saint Alendra and Sisters of the Undead in, or rather Olivia in, is a good deck. It's kind of cool to see Rakdos be the move now for this. We'll go Plumb the Forbidden here. Go ahead and sack this. And let's see what we would have found. There's a Verdant Catacombs eventually, and there's an Eye Twitch. So really not enough, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We can gain a little bit of life here, but they have like 24 damage in play, so not really going to happen. There's Weather the Storm, our best attempt here. Well, I guess an iTwitch blocking an 8/8 would be better, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna eat it in round 4 here, but round 5 is gonna be the next play. Lord Xander, pretty nice. He's also a vampire, right? So I think this is Sneak Attack and Sorin are just the 2 ways to get all these things in. We can show them that this is up. All right, cool. Nice build. I have played the vampire aggro deck before. Back then we were running a lot more grief, but it looks like you can just put a bunch of haymakers in, and with Sneak Attack you now have 8 options to make it work, so not bad. I'm sure they're also playing Reanimate in there, so that's really 12 ways to get your creatures onto the battlefield. Pretty nice. All right, with that being said, round 4 done. Round 5 coming up now. Last chance. All right, it's the last round. Let's try to take a good hand and see if we can make it there. Very, very early Bolas's Citadel. I'm kind of not really thinking I want that. With 2 lands, it's kind of just iTwitch, maybe get something back with Unearth. Eventually, a Toxic Deluge could work. It's just way too early for Bolas's Citadel. This has mana that can kind of get us to that area. We have Pest Summoning into Plumb the Forbidden, which I'm kind of a fan of, Meathook Massacre, and Diabolic Intent. It could be any one of these 4 cards. Honestly, all of them like Pest Summoning to some degree. And I think Plumb the Forbidden and Meathook Massacre are the 2 that are best together, so we'll go like that. We'll Surveil here. We're not running out the Dark Ritual just yet. And let's see if they play creatures. I can always just play Meathook Massacre as my turn 2 play. Utopia Sprawl. Sure. Let's see what colors they get first. Red. Green, red. I'd like a land. That's a land. It's actually a pretty good land too. So, is it Meathook Massacre time? I kind of want to see what red-green creatures are playing. I'll hold. Oh, we are destroying lands today. Okay. So I think it's going to be Pest Summoning just for the creatures next turn. We're going to do it off of Dark Ritual. And then now Phyrexian Tower becomes pretty solid. I could also Diabolic Intent for another land, but that's a little extra. I think if they take another land here, I just Plumb the Forbidden and try to dig for another. It's really expensive though. Four lands. This is the kicked guy. No, it's going to be the One Ring. Maybe I just hold and Plumb the Forbidden this next turn. Or actually, maybe I just drop Meathook if I get a land. If I get a land, I drop Meathook. Weather the Storm, that's not quite it. I think Plumb the Forbidden has to be what happens here. We will attack first. Doesn't matter, Plumb the Forbidden. Let's get rid of both. I'd like a land. Ooh, another Plumb is not good. Dark Ritual, yeah. Okay, Overgrown Tomb is pretty big. This can gain me some life, but now I think this Dark Ritual needs to be saved for the rare chance that we're able to get a Bolas's Citadel down. We need one more source of mana, and then we're on for Bolas's Citadel, but I think we're going to start losing lands here. Like, you don't play Stone Rain into One Ring and then not have a follow-up. Alright, love to see Utopia Sprawl. Deathrite Shaman, that's another fine thing to see. Meathook Massacre, I think, is going to be a good discard in case we ever have to discard. Find the Great Creator, gets Liquid Metal Coating, and then it's GG. I mean, that has to be, yeah, that has to be. So I get Liquid Metal next turn. I don't think this works for me. Like, Meathook Massacre can't kill Karn. I can plumb the Forbidden, but I don't find anything. Plumb the Forbidden, gain life. I'm going to start with Plumb the Forbidden. Beseech the Mirror. I could use that to start a Beseech chain. I think I'm going to have this be my one out here. So Dark Ritual, Beseech. So that's 4 Beseech, 1 Dark Ritual, Tendrils. That's 12 damage. They're actually very close. They will die in their upkeep, actually, if we're able to do this. Alright, I like what I'm seeing. Even if they kill 2 lands, I think we're alright. 14. Yikes. Alright, so now we need a basic land. Oh, man. Well, this just got hard, didn't it? So we have 2 turns of Karn. Okay, we have 2 turns to make this work. Come on, basic black. Crap. I am down to cycle 2. And unfortunately uncastable. So these Weather the Storms can go to the side here because we're never casting them again. The Beseech the Mirror line actually still does need to have our... nope, hello. Yeah, so they have Discard Outlet now and a 5/5. Sure. Bajuka Bog. We can nuke their graveyard. Might as well. Oh, wait, no, we can't because the Blood Moon. Alright, I think they've got us dead to rights here. Not getting the most out of those Deathrite Shamans, but it is what it is. It's about a 2-turn clock anyway. Alright, well, Blood Moon's going to take us out here. We did have outs for Bolus' Citadel. We did have outs for Beseech the Mirror. We were just 1 witch away. Takanuma, what are you going to do? It's another mountain. Alright, well, opponent had their lock pieces in play, and we couldn't deal with them. You could end up doing some tech to play around this kind of build, but it's really not that popular. So when you have these games, it is just going to be what it is going to be. They came very close to death with this the One Ring, almost killing them. I was a Beseech the Mirror into Tendrils of Agony away from killing them. It was super close. But ultimately, that'll take us to the end of Game 5. Thank you for sticking around with me today. It was a fun time checking out this deck. It's really, really cool being able to play builds that have Bolus' Citadel. It's a really, really powerful card, but in Timeless, we don't really have ways to get it out as we do in Legacy or Vintage with more fast mana. So unfortunately, it doesn't see as much play, but that's not to say that it's a really fun card. Really, really cool historic builds exist with it. It's cool to see that you can try to play it in Timeless and occasionally get kills. But with that being said, yeah, that does bring us to the end here. If you want to play the deck for yourself, I'll have my deck list in the video description. If you've got cool tech that I should try, or maybe another build entirely of this sort of deck, leave a link to that in the comments or say something about it down there. I'd love to check it out. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you guys in the next one.